Stop moving around, Iron Bull. You're messing up the view. Welcome back. So sorry for the delay here. I left you cliffhangered midway through our little fade journey. Let's see if we can get back to the end here. Assuming we're headed towards the icon, but I just want to look around a little bit. I think this is where we... Yes, grabbed our last dreamer, got that stuffed animal in. So we should be safely heading this way, just getting my bearings. There she is. I've been following that spirit, which is currently inhabiting the form of the divine. We don't really think she has anything to do with the divine Justinia, but she's using her form. Alright. Nothing for it. I don't know why there's a single spider. Well, there's other spiders. Good. What, demons? I'm still not sure why there's a single spider then. Alright, so we're just taking down this barrier by combat, I suppose. Was very agile, Varric. I'm impressed. Come over here and let me get a good shot at you. Now, the exact opposite happened. I better go for one of those. Really soak some damage into his thighs. Come on now. Many spread-toed wintry forces. Calm down out here. Alright, get to the rift to escape the fade. That looks like it. Oh, you're looking divine. Justinia?
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
Not sure if I want to take any of this, judging by the surrounding group, but okay. Sorry to steal from you folks. Alright, another supply cache. I suppose we could go through some of these, that being the case. There we are. Give it another save.
The rift! We're almost there.
Great, Hawke. Why not just dare the old...
Apparently some cherry Pepsi. Interesting. Won't that be nice? Okay. Are you sure about this? I'm not sure if this is the right way. Divine Justinia, you can handle that. We'll keep looking around. Okay, fine. We'll do it. Nightmare's Lair. Good morning. Feast your eyes.
If you would, please
Which
tell Liliana.
ones?
I am sorry. I fell for you too.
Well, she definitely took out something nasty for us. I appreciate that.
I grow fat on your fear.
What a dreadful thing to say. Good morning and welcome. So nice to see you there. Just in time to hold this man for me so that I can pummel him with my fists. On or around the
nothing.
navel. Ah, let me go! Stop pounding my navel! He'll shout, but we won't stop. You and I. What are you playing, invisible games? Is that what's happening? You trying out being invisible for a bit? How did you like it? Tell me everything. It's funny, because I always thought that the way you go invisible in the Dragon Age universe is to temporarily push your physical form into the Fade, so I don't know how one inside the Fade physically becomes invisible. That's an interesting trick, but I could be completely wrong. He's skating around again. Show yourself. Quick swing at some spiders. It's always helpful. Oh, spider fangs. That's a treat. Treat for me later. Hardly the time.
You cannot stand against me.
Then I'll sit. Kinda looks like Solus just leaned back and threw some lightning at me there, but I'm sure it was a coincidence. Stroud, stop teetering. What are you doing?
Back, Stephen!
Have you been into the good wines? Oh God, I hope you haven't been into the bad wines. Almost there. Just gotta keep pounding that navel.
You will die in agony.
Hey. Alright. Sort of whimpered out on us there, but oh, good. We are just drenched in blood. That's the way I prefer it. Divine Justinia, I thought
Go! I'll cover you.
this was your job.
You were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A warden must...
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
That's a very interesting choice, because obviously my first gut instinct is to save Hawke, since we personally know Hawke and have played as him before. Or played as her before, rather. So Hawke would be my, like, yeah, we want to keep him around. Stroud, our dear, dear mustache friend, will likely die to cover our escape. But it's like, at the same time, Hawke would love that. Hawke would love to be able to likely die to cover our escape. So it's one of those rough choices. There's no real good thing to do. I'm gonna save Hawke and make him disappointed in me for the rest of time. That'll be fine.
Hawke.
Say goodbye to Varric for me.
I will not.
Spider. Always the maker down.
You'll say goodbye to him yourself. I may have mixed that up, actually. I'm not sure. I intended to give Hawke the best opportunity to live, and that appears to not be what I've done. Hawke stays, I thought meant stays with us, not stays in the rift. So, there we have it. If it's a world-ending choice I've made, we can always jump back to a save game, but I think it's fine. Once again, Hawke would love that, so even if he should perish, he'll go out swinging. And now there's nothing but the long dark to leave me to ponder my choice. My worst nightmare, really. Being left alone to ponder my choices. Hey everybody, I'm back. How's the fight? Over? Yeah, that's what I thought.
With the nightmare banished, Corypheus lost both his warden mages and his demon army. But in the stories
Two
your
birds.
soldiers will tell, their Inquisitor broke the spell with the Maker's blessing.
Once they understand what really happened,
They will be terrified. Let them have the stories.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive.
Scared, was
Alan
he?
thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake.
Where's Hawke?
Hey Derek, oh.
Hawke sacrificed his life to save us and strike a decisive blow against Corypheus.
Well,
Greatly disapproves. That's the worst outcome. Oh.
He
I'm
gave
sorry,
his
Varric.
life, not because he'd sworn an oath or been marked as
That's what I
special,
get for playing at
because someone
6:30 in the
had to.
morning
Stroud,
and
you're the
mixing up
senior
my
surviving Grey
dialogue.
Warden. What do we do now?
You're welcome to help us if you need a warm place to stay. I don't mean to conscript you to my service. Nor do I want to banish you from Orlais. I think it's fine. Stick around. Have some mead. It's going to be a fun time.
Stay and do whatever you can to help. Stroud believes that the Wardens are worth saving, and I trust him. You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori, but there are plenty of demons that need killing.
While they do that, I'll report to the Wardens at Weishall.
Heavy
We
sigh.
won't be caught off guard by Corypheus again.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Oh, I know. I know
May
you
God watch
won't.
over your Inquisition. It has been an honor.
Wait, come back. I must ask you a question. No, I forgot what it was. Now, never mind. You can leave. You can go and leave. You can low. That's weird. All right, so let's see if there's someone perhaps to judge if it takes us back to Skyhold. Part 2 of this. I see that question in the chat. How are you this morning? I am okay. Hanging in there. Haven't been able to stream with you all as much as I would like, but hoping to survive the week. That's priority number 1. I certainly hope the same for everyone out there.
Stroud sent me one final report. He's on his way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. Hugh dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
Yeah, what's the special option?
Grey Wardens carry respect in other nations. If we spread word that the Inquisition has their support...
We may gain standing with nations that have suffered under the Blight. I will take the matter to Josephine. While you bested Corypheus here and at Halam Shiral, he himself was not present either time. We fear he's close to finding another way to enter the Fade. When you have a moment, Colin and Josephine are waiting in the war room with an update.
Oh, certainly.
What was she like? Divine Justinia, our soul. Or the spirit.
Very, bright.
I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
I could barely even look at her. She was cryptic and strange. She told me she was disappointed in your fashion choices. No, that's a lie. I mean, look at you, Leliana. Just look at you.
She seemed calm. Serene, even. And she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry. I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'll be back around. I'll be back around to peek at Dorian, no worries. Alright, so we've completed Here Lies the Abyss and the side quest, Fears of the Dreamers, it appears. Speak with the advisors. Maresh has reached level 15. Solus is painting his heart out down there. Oh, that's an amazing, look at that Empress Celine assassination mural with her long, long dress. That is gorgeous. Okay. Stop being so gorgeous down there, Solus. So let's head right for the war table. Pardon my lips and tongue. Try to keep that out of the equation. I guess we can go to the throne first. It's lit up in judgment. And then we'll go to the war table. How are you doing this morning, if I may turn it around?
Your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found
He
him alive,
remains loyal to
suffering
Corypheus? What a
extreme
terrible
resistance,
mistake.
Likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
I think this is the first time someone has had the absolute audacity to stand before me, not cowering and repenting their crimes. How dare you, sir? Well, this will be quick.
Countless better men and women than you are dead. Why shouldn't this be quick?
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the
Oh,
contrary,
then this will be real
many
quick.
officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I serve a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
So he wants the physical punishment. He's one of those, and that's fine. I'm not here to judge, but what can we do to him that will make him sad? This just seems like a step too far every time it comes up. It's always very tempting. It's like, yeah, really punish them with something. But then I know a lot of Tranquil who hang around the castle, and I love them. I love my Tranquil friends. So this isn't like a punishment. I wouldn't want to frame it as a punishment in my own philosophy. Therefore, he dies by my sword is becoming quite tempting. Give him to the wardens, and he's sure to, dance and dance on the fiery coals. That should be fun. And then there's good old-fashioned, containment. Just oops. Never getting your bread and gruel, I guess. You enjoy your time in there. All good options. Let's go ahead and remove the top half. I don't like the direct vengeance of either of those. Give him to the wardens is just kicking the can down the road. I would rather take responsibility for it myself. So we're going to jail him and lose the key.
Since death
we
is
go.
a validation for you, I will delay it.
Perfect.
Lord Livius Aramond of Arantium, you'll spend the rest of your days in the deepest, darkest hole we can find.
We shall see which of us outlives our legacy, Inquisitor.
We shall. I'm not sure you're on the right side of that bet, but yeah, we'll see. Alright. Judgment sat. Is there another one? Seemingly so. Just stretching my legs there. Thanks for waiting.
Another of the lingering pains of Adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this.
But does she regret
In
it?
fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
Explain yourself.
You're very serious about this. Is more death the answer?
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
This is an interesting one. And none of the options are necessarily like what she's saying is, you have to kill me. What I did was unacceptable, and I know that. You have to make a public example of me to prevent people from making this mistake in the future, and none of these are really making the right example. Public humiliation, like what does that accomplish? If it would be one thing to nobly execute her in front of the other wardens, but that's not an option here. So jailing her and throwing away the key would do nothing. Going to the deep roads, then she would serve us. She would find use. Maybe she would come to, you know, in her own mind, outweigh the cost she thinks she needs to pay in our service on the deep roads. Like, that may be a way to personal validation and redemption for her. So public humiliation and jailing her completely off the table. I won't judge a warden. Again, that's just, you know, you're not taking responsibility. You're just like, someone else will have to deal with you. And I would rather meet her halfway here. I really appreciate that she's having the bravery and the courage to stand up for what she did. Or stand up against what she did. So I would like to say, go to the deep roads. Seeing that question in the chat, what are the deep roads? For those unaware, it's part of the original Dragon Age 1 and 2. That's like a dwarven cave system of sorts that the Darkspawn come out of. So when the Blight is active, Darkspawn come out of the deep roads, and so the dwarves send expeditions into the deep roads to close them off and fight the Darkspawn, and etc., etc. So sometimes wardens go with the dwarves and help them fight the Darkspawn, because wardens have Darkspawn blood in them, which gives them special powers. Something like that. So I like the idea of sending her to the deep roads in the hopes that she changes her mind and decides to live. That seems to be the best option, but I don't want to upset her now, which this probably will.
You feel your life is over. There's a place for such wardens. So, Ruth, you'll go to the deep roads. Your death may be as quick as you choose.
This sends
Forgot,
a
too,
message.
that that's where they go when they
This is just
become too corrupted.
an end.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to help you. I wanted to help you send a message, but there's public humiliation is the only other option. Anyway, I forgot that the wardens can go to the deep roads to help, but they usually only go to the deep roads. Since it's such a corrupt place, they run the risk of becoming fully corrupted themselves. So usually they wait until they hear that call. There's like a "you're becoming too dark" call that goes out. You're becoming too much of a darkspawn. And so then they travel to the deep roads, effectively as a last stand, a suicide mission to die. Seems to be the idea, so it's not quite the vacation I was hoping for there, but I do hope it still helps her find some sort of personal redemption. There's gotta be a way. Beyond public flogging, which I find I have no taste for. Alright, so that appeared to be both of the judgments. Let's see what's at the war table here. And then regrettably, I may need to go a little bit earlier even than usual, which is such a shame. We'll see how far we can get here.
They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlay's support, our numbers match his. Corypheus's followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
You know how I like my disciples. Yeah.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds and sent them marching south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
All right.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
Welcome to the council. And yes, very fortunate that you can assist. Hello.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those forgotten woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Good morning and welcome.
'Tis best if I show you.
Okay. And we're off. Cullen, get the snacks. Get the summer sausage. Come on, follow me. No, not that summer sausage. What's wrong with you? The other one.
This
I want raisins in my sausage.
is
Get out of
an
here.
Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Magical teleporting mirrors are what Corypheus seeks. That can't be good for us.
It's beautiful in its way.
I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more
It
appropriate
screams
question
at
would
you.
be, where does it lead?
Something about this seems familiar. Where have I seen Claudia Black and a glittering portal of standing water? Let me think about this. How did I come out first?
If this place
She
once
entered
had been
so far ahead of me.
it has long been.
Maybe we've made a couple of jumps. I don't know.
I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how
Formed
they
from the
traveled
discarded
between.
leaves of time and space.
As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
What do you mean a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
The beyond?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key?
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a
I
time,
once ended up at a 24-hour
safe from those who
mini-mart.
hunted me, but only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
I ate a strange delicacy called Buffalo Ranch sunflower seeds. It was quite a time.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Alluvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
I love these little interludes. They're always so beautiful. Made with love and care and nice camera angles. Thank you, BioWare. You can't tell, but I'm slightly applauding you. I don't want to make any noise, but I am pushing my fingertips together just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's what you deserve. We burst back into the room just as Cullen is changing. Ah! My eyes! My inquisitorial eyes! How was I to know the bloody mirror was a teleportation device? I don't know, Cullen. Maybe just get naked in your own room from now on, okay? I don't know how else we're supposed to avoid this in future.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or
that was my logic.
Believe.
Goodbye for now. I'll be back.
As you like.
I'll be back around. I love that she hangs out in the garden. That seems so appropriate for Morrigan, but I'm never sure why she doesn't have like one of these side rooms or something. Like this would be appropriate. Not the chantry room, obviously. Not for Morrigan. Ugh. But, you know, just one of these rooms here. But they always just let her stand out in the middle of the garden in the elements. It's like, aw. I would roll out the good linens for Morrigan. Come on. She's a guest in our home.
Whatever they used to call. I would have been merciful with the mail.
All right, let me check in with Varric since he's right here. I'm really, really sorry about Hawke, Varric. Please don't hate me. I love you.
Did I ever tell you about the time Hawke was on a merchant guild hit list? Hawke's uncle got into an investment scheme with a couple of merchant caste businessmen. They took a lot of people's coin in order to arrange the import of wandering hills from the Anderfells. A delicacy, I'm told. Their weird foreign foodstuffs arrived alive, and one of them, true to its name, wandered off in the middle of the night.
Oh man, I don't know what the right thing to do is, so I'm gonna hug him. It's always the right thing to do.
Shit. The guild traced the shipments to Hawke's uncle, but as usual, he was so far in debt he couldn't see daylight. So they went after Hawke instead. They sent guys from the local carter to Hawke's estate one night. 5 big dusters, armed to the teeth. They're about to kick down the door when Hawke just opened it and invites them all inside. Leandra, Hawke's mother, made them tea, and for the next 2 hours tried to get them to make small talk. They wandered out of the house in a daze. No idea what just happened. Never came back. Hawke just had that effect on people. I always wanted to tell that one. Thanks. I guess I've got some letters to write. Carver should be told. Excuse me.
Of course. And it's a lovely story, Varric. I'm glad you got to tell it. And once again, oh goodness, I'm sorry. Purely for the reason of not making Varric upset. It's probably worthwhile to go the other way. That's devastating me. Devastating me in my heart. But at least we got a nice hug out of the deal. Alright, let's pick up these missions here, see if anyone can be sent back out. And then I may need to skedaddle, but thank you so much for hanging out with me a bit here. This has been much needed. New operation unlocked, freeing the Holocaust mercenaries. They're in a cave on the coast. At least 100 fanatics armed to the teeth. Alright. Got influence from sending Cullen out on a mission of aid. And a new mission in the Alliance's quest line. Alright. Let's see if that's something Josephine can immediately go back out on. Lady Tybalt is asking for closer ties and access to trading partners as she tries to circumvent the traditional blockages of the allegiances in the capital. Some houses have switched sides, others ceded holdings entirely to avoid the shame of officially losing standing. More and more they are concerned with station and alliance over whatever objections they stated about the Inquisition. We gained her trust with alliances. If we are willing to continue the relationship, it is only fitting that we strengthen those ties. That's fair enough.
Let us begin.
Continue allying us. Much thanks. Okay, an offer from the Imperial Army.
What happened in Adamant is a shame.
I'm still reeling over the
Can
army
only be
thing.
done by Cullen.
Imagine what
It's
would
only
have happened if the
10 minutes
Inquisitor
long.
hadn't
That's
died.
interesting. Let's see if there's something longer for Cullen, just in case. I'm not going to be back around in 10 minutes. A town besieged by Darkspawn. We could investigate. We can have someone else send help. Or we can send Grey Wardens. This is also a 10-minute mission, though. Yeah, weird. I'm hoping we'll have a session where we can pick up a couple of those there. Looking for something a little bit longer. Freeing the Holocaust. By all reports, this cave the Kunari were taken to is heavily fortified. Send in troops for an assault on the cavern. 5 hours, 36 minutes.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Go, Cullen, fly! And finally we have our spycraft master. Let's see. There's a diplomatic option. There's a forceful option. I may do this one regardless, and it's 7 hours long. We should send in agents to evacuate the college. The mages will be brought to Skyhold along with their artifacts. That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Inquisitor.
All right. So everyone's back out. We will return next time to see what they've managed to pull off. And we should be on to a new mission now. We've officially completed Adamant Fortress, and we've completed the big Orlesian ball game. I am so glad. That puts us in a great position. Let me just get out into the fresh air, and then I'll pretend to wave at you while standing stoically. Thank you very, very much for hanging out with me here. Thank you for your time. Sorry this was a little bit of a short one, but cliffhanger resolved, which is the main point. Cannot wait to be back in the adventuring seat with you. Take care of yourself until then, I do hope, And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.